Good morning, Packers fans. Aaron Nagler here with your Packers Daily Chat, coming to you live on the Cheesehead TV social channels. It's Thursday morning. The Packers will be back on the practice field this afternoon. We'll hear from Matt LaFleur, and the team will continue to get ready for its regular season finale in Detroit against the Lions, where they will be playing some starters, probably at least a quarter, maybe a half, maybe even in the third quarter. We'll see how it ends up playing out, but they will be playing to win the game, as Matt LaFleur said. And all we can do is trust in LaFleur. I've said it a couple times this week. I'll reiterate it here. If there's a man who has shown he knows what buttons to press, what his team needs, it's Matt LaFleur. So who am I to argue? Hello to everybody in the comment section. Hope you're all doing well. Ken, good morning. Hope you're well. Jill, hello. Dale, good day from New York City. Hope London is treating you well, sir. I'm waiting for Hub to mock the belt. That's pretty good. Did they expect Stokes to be this good or as a rookie? Thanks. I think they expected him to contribute. I don't think they expected him to have to contribute as much as he has because of the injury to Jair, but and Kevin for stretches. But yeah, I think they expected him to be a very talented rookie who would take his lumps. But hey, he's had to play a lot, and he is absolutely holding up. We'll see what the playoffs portend. You never really know as far as being attacked by opposing offensive coordinators. He had a rough go of it there in Minnesota a couple weeks ago. That film will obviously be dissected, but yeah, I think the Packers expected him to be good. I don't think they expected him to play as much as he has right away, but that baptism by fire should serve him well in the playoffs. Landon, thank you for the super chat. A couple weeks ago, 12 talked about the value of our role players. Who do you think would our most important role players this season? I mean, we talked about this a little bit on Packer Transplants last night. I think it kind of ebbs and flows. I think Big Dog is a obvious example. I think the complementary pieces on offense, because the offense is going to roll through Devontae Adams, right? And then to a lesser extent, AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones. After that, it is very much a kind of week by week prospect, and I think all of the guys have done a great job as far as whether it's been MVS, Alan Lazard in recent weeks, um, stepping up and producing and taking some pressure off of Adams or giving Rodgers an outlet when Adams is double or triple covered. So yeah, I mean, and then you have to look at everyone along the offensive line, essentially, all the backups who are playing major roles. I mean, think about it. Yash is a role player in the sense of he wasn't expected to play at all this year, and now he has been their starting left tackle for a good stretch of the season. On the defensive side of the ball, I would give Kevin King a nod, and he's a guy who, obviously was hurt for a good long stretch and then came back and did not have the same job and responsibilities as he did coming into the season. He hasn't groused, he hasn't complained. He's played his minutes and he's played them well. Think of that tackle he had in that first drive against Minnesota, stopping the guy short of the sticks. You get off the field, something the Packers have had trouble doing in recent weeks. Yeah, there are any number of role players that you could point to throughout the season. I think Jandon Sullivan's another one that I think Packers fans get down on because you see him give up that big touchdown in the Rams game, but week in and week out, he's playing his role and helping them. I think, yeah, there are any number of guys you could point to in that regard. Deshaun, thanks for the super chat. I just want it to be third and long and see Z, Preston Smith, Gary, and KC rushing the quarterback. Good luck. You ain't lying. Take out some health insurance or go to church because you got some problems. Marcus, thanks for the super chat. I'm still glad we drafted a 250-pound running back instead of a wide receiver. So am I. 100%. I love AJ, man. I love what he brings to the offense. I love his change of pace ability. I love his physicality. I love what his physicality means late in the season. I'm all about that life. All about that life. Happy birthday to AJ Hawk. Is it AJ Hawk's birthday? It is my Olive's birthday, too. Olive and AJ sharing a birthday. Who would have thunk it? Do you think we will see more Tyler Davis a little more? I do. Jill, We've been seeing a little bit more of him. This past week is the most he's played in a game. I think they keep increasing his usage. Um, keep giving him stuff. You talk about a role player, perfect example, a guy who I don't think much was expected of, and he has become more and more part of the offense. Aaron Rodgers clearly has shown that he doesn't have any trouble throwing to the guy. I don't think he's ever going to be a major weapon or anything like that, but at least not this season. But it's clear he's, a guy who's going to do his part. Assignment sure, shows up, balls out. What more can you ask, right? I think we will see more of him, and we have been seeing more of him as this back half of the year has come on. GPP Daily, thanks to the super chat. Happy Thursday, Aaron. What a good problem to have as far as Stokes, Douglas, Jair, and who to play. Going to be a fun next 3 to 4 weeks. Absolutely. I would suspect we're going to see a lot of Douglas and Jair, and I think Stokes will be the rotational guy. There will be times I also suspect we will see Jair kick inside as slot guy. So, yeah, you're right. It's going to be fascinating to watch them kind of mix and match, and I think some of it will be matchup dependent, how they feel certain guys match up against certain opposing players. But yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch. Smuternio, thanks for the super chat. Seems like everyone got what they wanted, i.e., MVP. Hub got attention. QB12 got to play martyr over vac status, which never was part of Hub's critique. I'm not going to expand on it too much here. I would encourage you to watch Packer Transplants from last night because we basically kind of took everybody to task for it. So I'm kind of in your corner there. Chris, thanks for the super chat. Yesterday was AJ Hawk's birthday. Oh, well, there you go. So they don't share a birthday. That's why I don't ever believe the internet. I really like Myers over Patrick. Patrick's been a warrior, but Myers with fresh legs and healthy in January when 28 and 33 are tandem. I like it. I'm with you, man. I love Lucas Patrick. He has absolutely done yeoman's work. No question. You cannot question his heart and determination. But I think Josh is a better player and would hope that he's out there for the playoffs. Accidental, thanks for the super chat. I just read it. There you go. I miss transplant snags. Cooper Cup for MVP. Oh boy. Go watch Packer Transplants. Corey's got something for you. I keep seeing reports that the NFL might move the Super Bowl to Dallas due to California COVID-19 rules. When would they decide this? Man, I have no idea. I know they have reached out to Jerry and the Cowboys about the possibility of moving the Super Bowl to Jerry World. God, I hope that doesn't happen. But you got to think it's a distinct possibility with the world we live in. So, but when would they make that determination? I got to suspect soon. It's not like this is an operation that can just turn on a dime. But we'll see. Hopefully here we'll know in the next couple weeks. Soder, thanks for the super chat. He is a jerk, but he is my jerk. Go Pack Go. Totally get that. Totally understand it. Do you think the Lambo/fan love is in part Rodgers trying to rewrite the narrative a bit? No. What, when he walks off Lambo and gets the love from the crowd? No. No. He's always done that. He's been doing that his whole career. What narrative is he trying to rewrite? He's literally been doing that his entire career. So, no, I don't. Folk, thanks for the super chat. Someone check on Bob McGinn. He has to be very jealous of Hub this week. Also, Dylan DeGuara, Runyon, not bad contributors from a, quote, wasted draft. Yeah, interesting how that works, right? And every idiot who gets up the draft industrial complex's ass is going to tell you, oh, they could have taken this guy or they should have taken that guy. You can safely ignore all of that bullshit because that's exactly what it is. It is manure for them to play around with and in while the rest of us enjoy the game of football. Could not agree more. Let's give a shout out to our good friends over at the DraftKings Sportsbook app, shall we? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code Cheesehead. That's promo code Cheesehead. DraftKings Sportsbook is giving new players a deposit bonus of up to $1,000 in free credits with their first deposit. Head to the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and check out all they have to offer, including same-game parlays, player props, live betting, and so much more. DraftKings, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is safe, secure, and reliable. You can deposit and withdraw your money at your convenience. If Sportsbook is not yet available in your state, don't forget about the DraftKings Fantasy app. They are offering millions of dollars in total prizes every single flappin' week. Do it, people. Patrick, thanks for the super chat. Just like and sub to Cheesehead TV. See, Patrick breaks it down to its barest essence. Everything you need to know is right there, encapsulated in Patrick's super chat. Just like and sub to Cheesehead TV. It's not hard. Not hard at all. Pretty simple, actually. Andrew, thanks for the super chat. Moving it to Dallas sounds serendipitous to me. I mean, all the Packers do is win Super Bowls in Dallas, so I'm all for it. Riley, thanks for the super chat. NFL trying to give Packers home field advantage, moving Super Bowl to Dallas. Rodgers does own that building. Absolutely, 1,000%. I love Jim here. Watt over King, though. What? The Earth is cooled, by the way. Also, there was a Big Bang. Thank you for news from 5 billion years ago. Who gives a shit, dude? Literally, who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. Packers. Oh, by the way, Kevin King's playing on this team that has the best record in the NFL. And if they don't, if they get Watt, they probably don't get Z and Preston, probably don't draft Rashawn Gary, blah, 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 blah. It's all happens for a reason. Aaron, what do you think the reason was for the dip in defensive performance prior to the Vikings game? And is it something to be worried about moving forward? I only worry about my children. I don't worry about the Packers. But I do think, you got to look at the game situations in a lot of those. 2 scores in the fourth quarter. You're just going to play a soft shell, keep everything in front of you. Would you prefer they get off the fucking field on third down? Yes, 1,000%. But I don't, and plus uncommon opponents. You look at the running quarterbacks giving them trouble. That is something that they need to get on. I mean, that is something where they had real success earlier in the year, whether it was Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray. They did a great job of containing mobile quarterbacks, but they did a really bad job against Justin Fields and Huntley for Baltimore. That is something they need to work on and make sure they get that shored up. Other than that, I don't think it's anything to be, quote, worried about. I think a lot of that is game situation stuff. Landon, thanks to the super chat. Love how people claim 12 is a bad teammate, but they fail to listen to his press conference when he talks in depth about how valuable they are to him. Well, I mean, most people are only going to look at clips and snippets from interviews or the McAfee thing or whatever, see whatever they see online, and they're not going to watch, entirety of press conferences or interviews. It's just not how the world works anymore. So can't say I'm surprised. Nathan, thanks for the super chat. Star won a title in the Cotton Bowl euchre season. Man, Bart Starr was the man. Eric, thanks for the super chat. Mandrich instead of Barry Sanders, though. I mean, how far back we want to go, right? I just can't believe it. Any more COVID issues? No, not knocking on all the wood. No, there were no new additions player-wise yesterday. So I'm knocking all the wood, knocking that I can. Timbo Slice, thanks for the super chat. Home field feels more like an advantage this year compared to last year with full stadium, and let's hope colder weather Rodgers has wanted for years. I mean, yeah, we talked about that last night too. It's the question of it was a really unseasonably warm day in that game last year, and there was obviously not a full complement of fans. That said, you shouldn't need that, whatever the conditions are. You shouldn't be fumbling. You shouldn't be giving up touchdowns at the end of the half. You should be holding on to interceptions. You should not be throwing interceptions. It's like I buy that. I agree with it, but you also have to show up and produce no matter what. So you can't really dismiss that loss as, and I'm not saying you are, but you have to still perform no matter what the conditions are, no matter what the weather is and the crowd is, the makeup is. Like, Packers still gave that game away in way too many different ways. Are we to assume that Z is done for the year? He never gets talked about by LaFleur while the other injured players have been. That's because he gets asked about the other injured players. No one's going to ask about Z because there's nothing to ask until we have something to ask about. If he is seen at practice, if he is seen in the building, If he does something on social media, then he'll get asked about. Those are asked about because we see them at practice, etc. That is why. Will Patrick move out to one of the guard spots when Myers comes back? I doubt it. I suspect they won't want to upset the apple cart, so to speak, in that regard. I think he'll just go back to the bench, which is part of the gig when you're a role player. Being a 69-year-old Milwaukee born and bred person, I have not discovered how to do a super chat. Help. Ken. Well, Ken, first, you got to be on YouTube. You, sir, are on Facebook. So, YouTube, the super chat is strictly a YouTube feature. If you go on YouTube to the right of the video, you'll see the chat is on the right, and on down below, there's a dollar sign. Just click that dollar sign and then input whatever amount you want, and your super chat will appear in the chat. And then I'll read it. And that's how it works. Thanks for checking it out. Is this new punt returner reliable in your opinion? So far, so good, right? Now, unfortunately, he's on the reserve COVID list at the moment. But yeah, he looked good to me. He looked like he knew what to do with the ball in his hands, knew how to set up blocks, had the longest return of the year in his first appearance. Yes, he looks reliable to me. He looked like a breath of fresh air. Reminded me of Tyler Irvin when the game where they hadn't had positive. They were like going into like the second half of the season without any positive yardage in returns. And Tyler Irvin came in and was like a complete like 180. Yes, that's the feeling I got. I think he's done it before. Love him in a Packers uniform. Hopefully he gets off the COVID list and continues to help them. Gotta love Aaron Rodgers bringing bum back in 2022. Feel like I haven't heard someone called a bum since my grandpa passed. Rodgers, I said that on Twitter yesterday. Between Hub calling Rodgers a jerk and then Rodgers responding with, "Oh, he's a bum." I was like, "What are we? We're back in like the 1930s here. Like, all I'm looking for is like a hair tonic commercial." Gentlemen, see the hair tonic for you. That's what you want. You want the Dapper Dan Man. You want to go and get yourself some slick back hair. Like, just waiting for some kind of 30s radio drama here. I love it. Jesse, thanks for the super chat. Brother Nags, hope all is well. Good vibes coming out of Green Bay. Let's hope things keep trending in the right direction. Thanks for everything. Thank you, Jesse. Go Pack, go, man. Dylan, thank you for the super chat. I meant rewriting the villain narrative that some media folks have been writing this year that doesn't care about fans is just selfish. No, again, how is he trying to rewrite anything by doing something that he's been doing his whole career? That's what I don't get. That's where you lose me. I don't think he's doing anything different than he's been doing for 16, 17 years. I think maybe the media is paying a little bit more attention to it, but it's no different than anything he's ever done. That's why I don't think he's trying to rewrite anything. I've been kind of disappointed in Amari this year. Really thought he would help us more. Mike, you got to remember, man, the guy was set to have a completely different type of season until they traded for Randall Cobb. This was always going to be a redshirt year once Cobb arrived. So I would not look at anything from this year, returning, receiving, anything. I would just like put Amari in the bank. He is an investment, a long-term investment for down the road. That's how I would look at that. All right, everybody, I'm gonna have to get going. I can't thank you enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Cheesehead TV social channels. Please do me a huge favor. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends and tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to the Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. Go Pack, go.